Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at a roof rack system with the Rhino Rack Vortex Aero bars that are 46 inches long and the Rhino Rack towers for your raised rails right here on our 2021 GMC Acadia. So your GMC Acadia is a pretty nice vehicle designed for all types of different situations and different types of adventures. So what may happen on those adventures is maybe you want to carry extra things like kayaks, maybe a roof mounted bike rack, roof boxes, roof baskets. What you then need is going to be an aftermarket roof rack like this, just to give yourself that little extra height for those adventures. So what I have is the Rhino Rack Vortex Aero bars. This kit specifically though has the 46-inch long bars. So that makes it a little bit more flush, a little bit more low profile compared to some other kits. So we'll talk about those measurements and those features, but focus on our Acadia. That way you can get the best system for you, your cargo, and your adventures. So the highlight of this specific kit is that you get a good amount of roof clearance, but not that much overhang. So some people like that because then it looks more low profile, looks more factory, but then you get the perks of a taller roof rack. So let's take some measurements. Measuring first for overhang is going to be from the end of the tower to before the end cap. It's 2 1/4 inches right there. So if you have items that clamp around the edge, that's how much space you have for that. For your taller or larger items and accessories, especially the load assist kayak carriers, those require even more overhang than 2 1/4 inches though. So keep that in mind and check out our other longer bars if that's something you're going to be using them for. Let's talk about roof clearances. So there's going to be 2 measurements there. The first is going to be distance from the top of the roof to the bottom of our crossbars. And measuring at the tallest portion, because you have those different ridges there, it's going to be about 2 3/4 inches of clearance. So if you have accessories that have clamps that go around the crossbar, that's where that measurement is important, especially some of those roof baskets with U-bolts underneath. You want to make sure you have enough clearance there to tighten it down. Also, especially since you have this glass on top too. Another roof measurement is height added to the top of our roof. So measuring from this glass roof to the top of the crossbar, it sits at 4 1/2 inches. So that's going to be where your cargo is going to sit. If you're carrying kayaks, if you're carrying skis and snowboards, this is an okay clearance there. But if you have extra tall bindings on those skis, maybe look into those accessories that give you a little extra height. That way those bindings don't hit your roof. These have a weight capacity of 165 pounds, which is pretty normal and on the higher end for some of your roof rack systems. Definitely keep in mind though your actual roof weight capacity and make sure to add on the weight of your crossbars, the weight of your accessory, and the weight of your cargo when thinking about roof weight capacity. These are the Rhino Rack Vortex Aero bars, and what that means is that this is a more modern design of crossbars. It used to be that you only had round or square crossbars, which usually have a good amount of weight capacity, but they're really noisy when you drive down the road and you get a good amount of wind drag. This helps fix that issue. You also have the vortex strips on top, so that combined with the arrow shape just helps that wind glide past, helps decrease the wind drag and wind noise that having crossbars to your system adds. What security measures does this roof rack have though? So at the end of the end caps, you have this special piece there, and that can be accessed with your plastic Rhino Rack security key. So turning that allows you to take off the end cap and then use the special Allen key from Rhino Rack to tighten down or loosen your crossbars. If you have T-track mounted accessories, once you take that end cap off, you can then access the T-track system on top. I really like T-track mounted accessories because then they take up less space. The downside though to a Rhino Rack Vortex Aero Crossbar is you're going to have to cut these pieces on top to shape around the accessory, which can be a little tricky. And I do recommend picking up a bunch of these ahead of time as you get your roof rack when you think about that. The Rhino Rack Roof Rack system for raised rails is probably the fastest roof rack system for raised rails to install. Super easy, super quick. It includes this blue security key as well as the special Allen tool, and that's technically all you need to tighten it down, but I have some extra tools which help me out. So make sure to get some tape measure ahead of time to take your measurements, and I use the Moki doorstep to give myself some extra height to reach stuff. And once you have your cargo strap down, you can also pick up some etrailer cam buckle straps to help with that cargo management. Now, let's take a look at that install process. So this is going to be a super easy install process. Just take off the end cap on your crossbar, pop that tower into the crossbar, make sure your clamps are open, and then you're going to go straight up onto your roof. So I have the Moki doorstep right here on our Acadia. That's going to give me the extra height so that I can get this onto the raised rail on that side, onto the raised rail on this side. Now let's take some measurements. The perks of the raised rails on your roof is that you can choose wherever you want to place your crossbars. But to help you out, you also have these points for rails that attach directly to the crossbars. So I would like to put them right in the middle of those. That helps me figure out where I want my bars. And just to measure for crossbar spread, center to center, I have it at 27 inches. I think that's a perfectly good spot here. And to make sure everything is even, we're gonna measure for overhang. So check that that's the same on both sides. Once your overhang is the same, I have mine at about 2 inches of overhang, and I'm then gonna tighten it down with the Rhino Rack included tool. So that's gonna clamp your towers onto your raised rails. Once you've tightened down all 4 towers and you've double checked that all of them are nice and secure, don't forget to put the end caps back on. Those should just pop right into place on your towers. Make sure it's facing the right way. There we go. Then you're gonna use your blue security tool if you have not yet upgraded to the metal lock course. Once all 4 crossbars have all 4 end caps on their end, then you're good to go. You're ready to hit the road. So my personal thoughts about this roof rack system is, if it was me personally, I would actually get the longer Vortex Aero Crossbars because it does check off all the boxes. I just personally prefer a little bit more overhang. That way I can get the most out of my roof rack system. I did some demos on those, so definitely check them out right here at etrailer.com. But if you're looking for something that's low profile, doesn't look like it takes up much space on your vehicle, and your focus is something streamlined because you're going to leave it on there for a long period of time, this could be a great fit for you. This gives you that extra height that some of the factory roof racks don't give you, but then you have a decent amount of overhang and it looks good, nice and flush against your Acadia. And that was a look right here at our Rhino Rack Roof Rack system with the 46-inch long Vortex Aero Crossbars and the Rhino Rack raised rail towers right here on our 2021 GMC Acadia. My name is Evangeline and I hope you enjoyed the journey.